What's up, everybody? We'll give Shelby a little bit. Shelby will be in here, and then he's going to tell his story. What's up, Morgan? Casey, how you doing? Everybody have a good day. Thank you, Candy. Y'all, everybody tap the screen. We're going to hang out till Shelby gets in here. Shelby's going to be telling his story tonight and how he overcome his addiction. What's up, Kelly? I hope everybody had a blessed day. Y'all, the guy that's telling his story tonight, Shelby, he's been a lifelong friend. Alright, he's been a lifelong friend, for real. Jay Foy, what's up, brother? How you doing? Me and him's been friends our whole life, so it's going to be fun hearing him tell his story tonight. He's got a very good story as well. Yeah, it's a good story. He's doing great for himself now. And by the way, the email that I put on that people's reached out to, I appreciate y'all reaching out. I've actually had quite a few people reach out. I appreciate it. If anybody doesn't know, y'all can go to this page, click on the link, and it will pull up. When you click on the link, you can go to my YouTube channel where you can watch these in case you miss, or you can get the email so you can message me or whatever you may need. But we're going to hang out and wait for Shelby to get in here. I hate to hear that, Candy. Hope everybody's had a blessed day. How's everybody's day went today? Aaron, how you doing? Fayetteville, North Carolina. What's up, Stefan? Had a great day, brother. Hey, Will the Thrill, congrats, brother. That's amazing. I just gave you a follow, buddy. Hey, that's amazing, for real. That's an accomplishment. Oh, yeah, the sun. Y'all want to see the sunset real quick while we're waiting on him? While we wait on Shelby. Hold on. It's a beautiful sunset here. I will give it that. It's pretty nice here from the window. August 25th. That's amazing. It's an accomplishment. Y'all, if y'all are new here, on Tuesdays, Thursdays, Sundays. We do boxes where other people can join. We're picking out topics to do each time. And on the days in between, if somebody wants to tell their story, we set them up a day and they tell their story. It's a pretty good little deal we got set up here. Hopefully it helps somebody that's dealing with addiction, y'all, or dealing with any kind of problem in life. April, I am from Kentucky. I'm from Kentucky. And you can message me. Aaron, I just gave you a follow. Send me a message.
What's up?
What's up? Hey,
I'm at,
Will, that's awesome.
I'm at the
Yeah,
beach.
I was thinking about this. We probably should have did it in boxes. That way, all the comments would be on one.
We can. I mean, we can do it.
No, just go ahead.
It don't matter.
Uh, but just so you know, this will go on YouTube. I gotta say it. This will go on YouTube, everybody. All right, y'all. This is Shelby. He's like my brother. Y'all, I'm gonna shut up, and the rest of the night's his.
What's going on?
Unless,
What?
hey,
We can do it in box.
you may want to jump over here in a box because if people want to ask you questions at the end, if they're over here, it's gonna be hard.
Okay.
Yeah, they're saying do boxes, so just hop out and come over here, and we'll do. I think I'd make the boxes this size.
All right.
All right. Ciao. What's up? How y'all doing? Y'all, for real, y'all listen to this man's story tonight. I've known him my whole life. He's got a very good story to tell. All right, hold on. Let me move him around. Hold on. I'm going to move him around. Boom, baby.
Boom, baby.
There we go. Now all the things are in here. All right, Shelby, it's yours. Take off. Whatever you want to do.
All right. How's everybody doing? I'm Shelby Bailey, and I am an alcoholic drug addict. I say that with. I used to be real shameful about saying that. I used to be really. I used to be a piece of shit. To be honest with you. And to start things off, throughout the past 6 months, I have been in treatment up in Massachusetts, some of the best treatment in the country. And I decided to move up here after a long, hard, drawn out process of thinking about relocating and starting over in a new place. So flashback to when I was younger, I grew up in an alcoholic home. My father was alcoholic. So with that being said, it was okay for me to think that, drinking was fun. Drinking and partying was a solution to all my problems. That turned out to be probably the biggest mistake of my life because I've had a lot of fun. I've did a lot of crazy shit, but I've caused myself and my family more pain and suffering than anything, and that's not really what it was intended to do. When I was young, I was athlete in high school. Didn't really have the best grades in the world, but I always had fun. No matter what, I was always around a good, decent people that had a lot of fun, but that ended up drinking a lot. That's kind of what it ended up being. So drinking is my alcohol is my drug of choice initially, but with drinking comes party lifestyle, and comes a lot of other things in life, and that's also what has caused me a lot of pain as well. So when I was in high school, I was a multi-sport athlete. Um, Played football, ran track, and I cheerleaded. Um, yes, I cheerlead. It's a,
I
it's
wasn't
funny.
gonna say it.
It's funny, but I really enjoyed the year I had cheerleading. But during that time, I drank a lot, and with that being said, I started using drugs a lot too. Um, I had a few opportunities to go to college out of high school. Instead, I chose a totally different route. All I had to do was retake the ACT, and I could have went somewhere to do something. Besides that, I stayed in the area. I partied, started using heavier drugs, smoking weed initially, and then went to cocaine, meth, um, any kind of benzo, or any kind of pill I could get my hands on. Um, Before I was 19, or actually right after I turned 19, I went to jail for quite a bit because of a meth charge. And I thought, wow, my life is completely over. You know, everything I've, it's all, everything's come to a head. So I spent the next year of my life basically locked up in jail, 3 DUIs, meth charge, um, and you know what? I learned a lot during that year. But right before I went into jail, I decided I wanted to clean up. So I did. I spent 6 months in a similar rehab than what Dakota went through. I did a church-based rehab as a faith-based. Um, I I spent 6 months there, and then I went to jail after that. But during that time, I cleaned up, met a woman, and ended up getting her pregnant and having my first child while I was in jail. Luckily, I was there to experience the time in jail. It's a little blurry. I got to get out of jail. I watched my first child born be born into this world. But shortly after that, I got out. We got a place together. Had another kid. Um, I was sober during this whole time. And then we broke up, got back together, had our third kid, still sober. And then we ended up splitting up after our third kid, and that's when I started drinking again. Um, that was the beginning to another rough patch and I thought I had it under control, honestly. I thought I definitely could handle my drinking. I thought it wouldn't lead to, going back to doing drugs. But unfortunately, it didn't, So, with that being said, the next 2 years um, it was crazy. It was insanity, is what I like to call it. It was complete insanity. Um, I spent time bouncing around from woman to woman, um, bar hopping, living the single life, and that was what I thought was okay. But with kids around, it's only gonna last so long. So after 2 years of partying, I met another woman. I thought she was really good. You know, I thought, and not to say that she's not. She's a really good person. But ended up having another child. So that makes my fourth kid. Um, had my first boy. So I really, I was excited. You know, I thought, all right, I can quit doing drugs, but I'm still gonna drink. Um, Me and her split up, and then I just, you know, before I knew it, I was using drugs again, um, which is understandable, given the circumstances of kind of us breaking up. It was really traumatic. Um, Not really the fact of like me and her breaking up; it's just the events that kind of went on in between. Um, but this brings us to Thanksgiving of last year. Um, I, me and my daughter's mom, we tried to work it out, and I wasn't really for it. I already knew I didn't love her. I knew she wasn't the person for me, but I tried to do it for the kids' sake, And unfortunately, you can't force a relationship with kids, especially being an alcoholic. Um, I was not in the right mindset to want to be there for my kids like that. Um, I mean, I was there, but I wasn't being the best father I could be. So when me and my daughter's mom tried to work things out, it ended horribly. Um, I knew we shouldn't have tried, but we did. With that being said, I ended up in jail with some more charges. Okay, well, it sounds like oh, he's still a hard guy, but yeah, I took that to heart because my kids got took from me then. Um, I don't think I deserved it. Honestly, I'm not here to defend my case. This isn't court, but this is just part of the story. But when my kids got took from me, I realized, all right, I got a fucking problem. I have a really big problem, and drinking and using drugs is not gonna help me fix this problem whatsoever. So I was dealing with court workers, child protective services, trying to plead my case. Like, hey, I'm not a bad guy. I'm not a bad guy. I just like getting fucked up all the time. That's basically what I was. That's
Yep.
not what I was saying, but that's what my actions were speaking. Um, that I was just, I'm a good guy. I just, I like getting fucked up. I mean, even though I get fucked up, I'm not a bad guy. Um, but that's not the way they see it, and it's the truth behind it. It's I really wasn't really being that good of a guy. Um, no, I would never do anything to hurt my children whatsoever. But I was perceived as like I did, and it really broke my heart. Because I was coaching the girls' ball team um, every year. I was in their life. I We had 50-50 custody, week on, week off, and it really it was it was awesome. Like, even though I was single, I was doing it. Like, there's not many dads that you know are there like that for their children. But I wasn't gonna just because I was single, I wasn't gonna turn away from my kids and pick a drink or a drug over my kids. So I was doing what I thought was right, but I wasn't living a spiritual lifestyle whatsoever. I took the kids to church every Sunday, but that wasn't. I was still being a piece of shit. I was still manipulating women. I was still drinking and drugging on the weeks I didn't have them. I was doing a lot of unspiritual things, but putting on a spiritual front, and that's not right. I wasn't living right whatsoever, but I was leaving the perception that like I was, and it sucks because I had a good job. I had to the public I had my life together, and really behind the scenes it was a fucking wreck. It was insanity. Um, but with that being said, one day I was meeting with the Child Protective Service workers after I failed another drug test and decided, guys, I need some help. Like, you know. And for any court workers in here, or any DCVS workers, y'all don't get enough credit, because there there's a lot of things in life, and dealing with children and dealing with like parents who use and are alcoholics, and it's tough. I understand it's tough, and I gave mine a run for their money, but um, I decided to go to treatment then. So initially, we had a tough time finding me a place to go. My my insurance wouldn't cover. I would have to pay out of pocket, so on and so forth, and I didn't really have no money. So I found a place in Boston, Massachusetts, that would take me immediately, pay for my plane ticket, and got me up there like that. Next thing I knew, I was landing in Boston, and it was snowing everywhere, and I was like, "What the hell's going on? Like, what? This is nuts. I've never been north of Ohio in my entire life, but here I am. I'm in Massachusetts now." So I went to this place. And it's a really good place. If anybody's interested in the detox that I went to, just jump in my DMs. I don't care to share. Or if you need help getting in, I know plenty of people now that I can schedule anything. But so I spent 7 days in detox, and then I went to residential for 28 days. During that residential time, we had groups every day. It was basically like a hospital kind of setting. Nurses controlled medications. We would basically do groups throughout the entire day. Um, Anywhere from AA meetings to big book readings to Bible studies to, and then we would have leisure time to just talk to the other patients. Whenever I completed that, I had all intentions of just doing a detox and getting back down to Kentucky. That was my intention. I was like, all I need to do is go up there, get sober, get my
I
mind right.
remember. I remember it. I remember it. It was
Yeah,
like
like it.
it's
That
like
was
as
the
soon as it's over, I'll be home.
yeah, like that was the
Yeah.
intentions, is just to go up there, just to come up here, and clear my head, just get my shit together, and then come back. That go back to Kentucky, go back. But as I sit there and thought about it, I'm like, you know what, like if I go back, I don't think I have the tools in my tool belt to survive on my own, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Um, I didn't really know for sure like what I would do on a daily basis other than drink and use drugs. And I wanted to be happy. Like that's what I wanted to do in life. I wanted to be happy. Um, and so I was on the pursuit of happiness. That's a saying, and that's really what I was after. I didn't really care about anything else. I miss my kids like crazy, but like I wanted to be happy. I wanted to be the happiest, healthiest dad I could be. And I know I got a black eye saying this, and no, I didn't get in a fight.
That's what
I
he
did not
got
get.
when he ran his mouth to me the other day, y'all.
I was literally playing basketball the other day, and this is what happened.
Quit.
So
Hey, doing this, you're not supposed to lie, so quit lying.
yeah, this is the honor part. Um, so, um, so like I said, I had all intentions of going back to Kentucky, but there was a few different things that I lacked, and I knew I was missing something. I couldn't really figure out what. So every day we had an AA meeting, and during that time, our AA meeting, we would spend it going over basically the first 164 pages of the big book. Um, them first 164 pages, little did I know they would change my life. Um, but at the beginning, I really needed to figure out like what is my spiritual, like where am I at spiritually, and I didn't really know, honestly, um, like if I was gonna be spiritual or oh, sorry guys.
You at the ocean.
Yeah, I am.
I thought I heard water kicking.
Yeah. anyways, my bad. So, where was I at? Oh yeah, I'm trying not to get wet. Um, so I started to really dig in deep to this big book, the Alcoholics Anonymous book. With that being said, I uh, need to find out like what what did I pray to? What is my higher power? And if I do have a higher power, how do I talk to that higher power? Oh, the tide's coming in. I'm trying not to get wet.
It's gonna wash you away.
It really will. Um,
What you get for lying about your black eye?
so the spiritual aspect of it is I didn't really know like what I prayed to. I thought going to church was being spiritual. So I went to church every Sunday, took my kids to church. You know, I want to be a good example for them, but I wasn't living a spiritual lifestyle outside of that. I wasn't praying. I wasn't communicating with my higher power on a daily basis. And so I wanted to figure out like what was it. So I just began praying every day. I hit the ground every day and I pray. And I didn't really know what I was praying for though. And then it took me a while to figure this out. And this is stupid. It sounds so stupid. But I wanted to figure out how to be happy without using drugs and alcohol on a daily basis. Well, so that's what I started praying for. I pray, you know, God help me figure out how to be happy without drinking and drugging. That sounds so silly, but like that's where it started. Um, so after that, I figured out I can't do it on my own. Obviously, I'm come all the way to Boston, Massachusetts, just to figure out like how to live my life without drinking and drugging. Um, so, with that being said, I just surrender every day. I ask God, please, God, help me, stay sober today. Thank you for yesterday, and you know, forgive me for any sin I do, intentionally or unintentionally, uh, and any sins I committed yesterday, intentionally or unintentionally. And it's basically like that. Um, to start off every day. I start off every day like that. Um, and then so I decided to go to an outpatient program after that. The outpatient program, I had a few options that I could do, but you know, it's not really. Like I said, it was not my intentions to be going to an outpatient program. My intentions was to go back to Kentucky after a few days, a few weeks maybe. But I ended up checking into this outpatient recovery center in Cape Cod, which is still in Massachusetts. After being there a few days, I my alcoholic ways kicked in, and I ended up meeting a girl, and I thought it was smart to have a rendezvous with that chick, and the recovery center was not for it. So they ended up kicking me out. I'm like, wow, here I am, fucking, you know, 18 hours away from home. So I need to find another recovery center. That's. I was like, wow, I'm still sick, obviously. So, uh, and that chick was. It's not like I was taking advantage of her. She knew what she was doing. I knew what I was doing. It wasn't nothing morally wrong about it, but it was not. It's not why I went up here. It's not, and it takes a lot to admit that because I mean, that's kind of personal, but it's definitely something that it adds to the story because I know I'm still sick and I know I still have more work to do. I need to figure out like why am I reaching outside of myself to a female to get some kind of validation for what I'm struggling with inside. Um, and so that's where I started digging in next. Like, all right, now I've conquered the abstinence part of it. I conquered, I can go without drinking, I can go without drugging. But now, like, I'm trying to still manipulate women, you know, and that's whenever I started really digging into the step work of the Alcoholics Anonymous. Um, Step work is something that it's not just a way to stop drinking; it's a way to change your life and your ways. And even though I didn't initially go up to Massachusetts to do step work, and I had no intentions on ever doing any 12-step work, but now I've found that, like, in order for me to live a spiritual lifestyle and to be happy without drinking and without drugging, without manipulating other people, that I need to figure out why I do that shit. So throughout the time, I ended up going to another recovery center south of Boston, um, and it turned out to be the best decision I ever made. Like, I don't know, like I was gonna go there initially, and then decided to go to Cape Cod, and then it didn't work out because of the chick or whatever, and I ended up back to the place initially. Everybody was trying to get me to go there anyway, so I was like, I don't know why I didn't go there in the beginning, but God works in funny ways. I got reunited with some people that I've met already, and, like, I had a blast. I moved into a house with about 20 other guys, and I lived there, and I went to group meetings every single day. And you know, they stress the spiritual, they push the spiritual side because that is really important, but they don't really want you to, like, they don't really say you got to be a Christian, you got to be, you know, a Russian Orthodox, or what. You can be whatever. Just you, they're trying to get you to figure out, like, what that higher power is, and that's whenever I say higher power, it can be whatever you believe in. Um, Everybody's different, and I really needed to know that because, um, but everybody's different. But I was still alcoholic, and I was still a drug addict, and I still am. Um, and this is something I'll live with the rest of my life. Is that I will struggle every day if I do not surrender to a higher power, if I do not help another alcoholic or a drug addict, or if I do not, um, you know, work the steps of the Alcoholics Anonymous Big Book. Um, that's something. That's the way I figured out how to do it. That's where I'm getting my happiness from. Now, it's not the only way. There's millions of other ways you can do it. People do it differently. Some people can smoke weed. Some people can drink. But I just learned that I can't. And, you know, and that's I'm not here to judge anybody on what anybody else does. I hope you don't judge me either. But I know that I'm a better person when I don't drink and I don't drug. When I found my higher power and I surrender every day, it works out. Everything just ends up working out. Um, so when I went to this program in South Boston, I decided I needed to really figure out, you know, is this something I want to stay here and do? You know, do I want to complete this program? Do I want to go back to my kids? Am I going to be the best dad I can be if I do go back? And I decided to stay throughout the whole program. I just completed that program about 3 to 4 weeks ago. So it's really, I'm glad I did it. I wouldn't have changed it for the world because I have a sponsor. And he's a great guy. He's an amazing guy. Like, he holds me accountable. I talk to him a few times a week. He's guiding me through the step work. And how I'm figuring out what my problems are, I'm really diving in deep to my moral inventory, and that's the fourth step. If anybody's affiliated with AA or understands the 12 steps, the fourth step is one of the biggest and most. You have to be honest. If you want to fix your problems, you have to be honest during the fourth step inventory. That fourth step inventory has took me over a month, probably a month and a half now, to actually even get 3/4 of the way done with it, and I'm still not done with it. And it's something. Basically, I want to figure out why I manipulate people, why I lie, why do I choose to drink? Why do I choose to drug? Why do I reach outside of myself for validation from women? Why do I do this? Why do I do that? It's a lot. But I've been completely honest with it. I've been thorough with it, and I've communicated with my sponsor about it. Anything I get stuck on. During the 4-step inventory, I found that you know I'm I'm not special. I'm still an alcoholic, and every single day I wake up, I am an untreated alcoholic. If I don't treat myself, if I don't take my daily medicine, if I don't surrender, if I don't help another alcoholic, if I don't do step work, if I don't if I don't read big book scripture, if I don't read Bible scripture, if I don't go to a meeting, then there's a good possibility that I'm going to drink if I don't do something on a daily basis. And I found that mental obsession has disappeared. I don't obsess about drinking. I don't crave it. Um, and there's a few different things that I never thought I'd do, but I never thought I would be the person to pray twice a day, every day, probably more than that. And that's my spiritual connection. I have a higher power, and I communicate with him every single day. Um, and I ask him for help because I can't do it on my own. I can't do life on my own. I can't. I can't fight. And it's okay that I'm alcoholic. It's okay that I've did these things. It's okay. But and don't get me wrong, I love drinking. I love it. I love partying, but I love it too much. That's the
Yeah.
problem. That's the
Yeah, for
problem.
sure.
I I I I just I can't. I don't know when to stop. I don't know when's enough. I don't know. I can't stop on my own, and that's what I've come to figure out, that on a daily basis, if I do these things, I can survive and I can be the best man for my kids that I want to be. And that's basically how I've done it so far. And anybody that's interested in anything that I'm talking about, don't be afraid to message me. I reply back. Um, but it honestly has been the best decision I've ever made, and I wouldn't turn back for nothing. I wouldn't take nothing back that I've done. Um, I'm wise because of what I've learned. Um, but like I said, on a daily basis, if I just do the things that I've been doing, I'm happy. I help another alcoholic. I surround myself with sober people. I do fun activities with sober people. Like every Saturday, I play softball with sober people. Every Sunday, I play basketball with sober people. Like it's it's just it's awesome. It's awesome the stuff that you'll do, and I built such a good foundation up here that everybody still blew away that I moved to Massachusetts from the beautiful state of Kentucky. Like
I'm still amazed by it.
yeah, like people will hit me up all the time. Like, I can't believe you moved up there. I cannot believe you moved all the
And
way
he
to Mass.
loves it.
And I love it. Like I absolutely, like, I have more fun here than I've had in Kentucky in a really long time. And
I'm about
that's
to drive to I'm about to drive to Boston and whoop you if you keep talking like that.
and
Your
and
other eye's gonna look like that if you keep talking like that.
and honestly, if I had the and I know down there I do have the support of my family, um, and everything else, but I have such a strong sober connection down here. I have such a good foundation that I never thought I would have built anywhere else. And now, like, it was a no-brainer. I had to stay. There was more. God wanted me to be here. God puts things into my life here. Why turn away from all the progress that I made? And that's kind of what helped make me, you know, it helped the decision to stay up here. Now, getting my children up here is a different story. It is going to be a process. I understand that. But me being up here and doing the things I'm doing here, I'm a better person. I'm a better dad. I'm a better human being. I'm not manipulating people. I'm not lying to people every day. I'm not hiding behind the perception of this, you know, perfect person. I'm an alcoholic and a drug addict. I guess what I am, and it's okay. Like that, it's okay. I don't do them anymore. No, like I'm 6 months sober in 3 days. That I never thought like before. I never, whenever I was sober before, I never got any chips. I never, but now like every chip is just like a bonus. It's awesome. Like everything that has fell in my lap the past few months has been God's will. Like it's just crazy. It's nuts,
And he's
dude.
had
Like
some good things come in his life.
I have had some like crazy good things, and like I have had like the most amazing opportunities fall into my lap, and drinking or doing anything would help none. Now, don't get me wrong. Like I can still go out. I can go around drinking sometimes, but not all the time. I don't want to all the time. Like that's just something I don't really like. I'm more than that. Like it's not that I'm better than that, but it's just like I don't want to test my sobriety that much. You know, it doesn't bother me if people drink around me. People can drink right in front of me. I really don't care. But like, is that something I want to be around every day? No, not really. Is that something like if I see somebody that's like fucked up on drugs or something, do I want to be around them? Yeah, if they want help. But like if they don't, then like have fun, dude. Like figure out on your own. It's something that like it's a program of attraction, not promotion. You get what I'm saying? Like
100.
if you see what like the blessings that I've had in life and the good things that have come in my life, if you like them and if you want like something similar, then I can help you get there, But like, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, go to AA meetings, do this, do that. No, like I did all that on my own. All of it was by choice, and it worked for me. Now everybody's got a different way they can do it, but I know that like, if I need something right now, I have at least 50 guys in my phone that I can call at any given time, and I know they would be here to pick me up or do whatever if I needed it. And in Kentucky, I don't have that anymore because of the bridges I've burned, the people I've manipulated, the people I've lied to, the bridges I burned, and I want to eventually come back and make amends and make everything right with a lot of people, But like until then, I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing. I'm fucking rocking out. I'm killing it. I'm loving my life. I mean, I am.
He's
like,
getting fat on cookies, everybody. He's getting
like
fat on cookies. His new
I eat the
addiction
best
is
fucking.
cookies.
I eat the best cookies in the world every single day of my life, and it's amazing. But like, no, it's just some more benefits of being sober. Um, it's not worth it, and like I said, it's not. It's not. Everybody has a different way they can do it, and this is just my way. I've figured out how to do it, and I can look up. And this is the cool part about the area that I live in now. I can look up on the meeting app and go to. There's probably 10 meetings within 10 minutes of me at any given time,
Yeah, and
and
there's nothing like it around here at all.
no, like it's crazy, and it's not just like one or two people meetings. It's like packed churches full of like 100 people. Like hallelujah, hell yeah,
Yeah, you
another
don't
day
get that
sober.
around here for
Like
sure.
it's crazy, and that's what I need. I need that shit. I need the hype. I need the enthusiasm. I need to go over to a guy's house and play cornhole for 4 hours and no beer be around. I need that. That's what
Yeah.
I fucking need, and that's what I love. I love that. I have so many cool, good people, and don't get me wrong. Like today is probably one of the hardest days I've had in a while, and I needed this. I needed to share tonight because I just got back from a funeral of a guy that I was in detox with, and he didn't have a bad bone in his body. He was of Russian descent. He got moved here when he was a kid. He enlisted into the Marines. He got out of the Marines, became a firefighter, and then he transferred and did EMS. He was an EMT. We were in detox together. We went to Cape Cod together. We worked out every day together. He went back to New York and he's gone now. He went back out. He yeah, he overdosed and he's gone now, and it fucking sucks. You know, I mean, it really does because um, he didn't have a bad bone in his body, dude. He was such a good fucking guy, and you know, literally smiled all the fucking time. I like people. I like being around people that smile. If you don't fucking smile, I really probably won't give you the time of day. Like I gotta have a good time, and I've always been like that. If you ain't smiling, if you ain't laughing, you wasted my fucking time. But honestly, like this dude was such a good fucking dude, and to see the amount of people that were there today, and it was crazy because like I had just talked to him a few weeks ago, and he was doing good. You know, he fell off the wagon, but he's going back into it. And you know, he was in a program. He's working a program. He's got a sponsor, doing this, doing that. Next thing I know, he's dead. And it's just how quick it can happen. You know, the shit that's out there these days, not like it can kill people. It kills people, and it's happening at the fastest rate ever. Like people are dying left and right, and you never. It's not the fact of if, but when you're gonna die.
100%.
And it's when you die, who do you want at your funeral? Do you want one or two people? Do you want your immediate family? Or do you want everybody that you love there? And I know that if I would continue to drink and drug, there wasn't nobody going to be at my funeral. Nobody would give a shit. That's all I got today, guys. Thank y'all.
You want me to black your other eye now? Nah, that was good, for real. That was good. What are you doing?
I'm sitting here at the beach trying not to get wet. The damn tide rolled in on my feet.
I guess if people want to ask you questions, they can ask them.
Yeah, if anybody's got any questions, please feel free. Thank y'all for the gifts and stuff, guys. Thank you so much. And like
Send him a
I
Band-Aid for his eye, everybody.
said,
We ain't going to talk about how that happened on here.
and like I said, if anybody's interested, in anything that I was sharing tonight, or anything whatsoever, just let me know. I'm a phone call away. I can walk you through the process. If anybody needs help getting in any treatment centers, please let me know. I've some of the best ones. So everybody says Florida has the best ones. California, the company that I went through has it. They have rehab centers everywhere, and in Florida and California, that they know what they're doing. They have it figured out. That if anybody needs any help whatsoever, get in my DMs. Let me know, and I'll do whatever. We'll get you a flight tonight. I'm not even kidding. If that's and if somebody wants to go, if I wouldn't have took off and went like I did, I would still be in Kentucky. I'd be
I
logged in.
remember the day he went, y'all. I remember the day this guy left. I was like, what? What?
Yeah, going to Boston. I'm
Like,
going to
get the
Boston.
hell back here. What's wrong with you?
My, my mom was like,
Boston.
what the hell? Like, why there? I'm like, that's where they said I need to go. That's where the fuck I'm going. I need to get the
Yeah,
fuck out of here.
Boston. I was like, I went to a rehab in Arkansas. He's over here going to Boston. I was like, what the hell's wrong
And,
with him?
and, and they say I talk funny up here, but I think they all talk funny. I don't know.
Guarantee it. For real.
Uh,
He did.
no,
I
but
remember when he first got up there too. He called me and he's like, "It's so different up here. It's
it,
different." He was
it,
already ready to come home, and now you call him and he's like, "Well, yeah, I love it up here. I love it up here."
I do. I do love it, and it's really just the people that I get to hang out with every day. I
But
mean,
it is totally different than from here.
yeah. I mean,
Gotta be.
it is, and that's what I needed, and that's exactly what I needed to stay sober. And like, why to run back into the shit that I was dealing with when I can just start over here, you know?
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
all right. So questions. Anybody got questions? I see. Do you have a relationship with your dad now? I know you said he had a drinking problem. Jamie, yes. We do have a relationship. We were like best friends, which is crazy. Like my he's batshit crazy. Like I love him to death, and I
He
get it all.
crazy,
He's
crazy.
crazy. Like we and
He's
him are
crazy, crazy.
we're a lot alike. But you know, I talk to him every now and again. You know, we're not that close as we were. We're not as close as we was, and it sucks. You know, um, I've just seen kind of how I've lived through some of the shit that I don't want my kids to live through, and I hold that to a higher standard. I have expectations for myself, and I try not to set expectations for myself, but I do. I want my kids to have a better life, so that's. All right. So before long, he will talk like a Yankee. Hell no, I won't.
Yeah, he probably will. He's already starting to, y'all. What's up, Millie? How you doing, buddy? Hey, he's already starting to talk like one, y'all.
Yeah, Shelby, do you believe it's God helping you stay sober and clean? Yes, I do. That's part of it. Yeah, waking up every day, um, you know, surrendering to God, asking Him for help every single day. That's what helps me. If I feel so, a big thing, I felt I started feeling jealous again, and that was always something. That was always like an insecurity. My insecurity of being jealous of other people, of what they have and stuff. Anytime I start feeling frustrated or depressed or jealous, I pray about it. I do, and I talk about it. I communicate it. Um, all right. So next question. That's right. Thank you. It's great that you two are such good friends and have gone through the same things. What step are you on, Shelby? I'm on the fourth step, Miss Christy.
Christy, get it right. See,
Christy,
he can't even read, y'all.
I'm trying not to get wet over here. I'm at the fucking beach. Yeah, I'm on the fourth step. I'm in the sex inventory part of it. With that being said, basically right now immoral sex conduct. It's like sex conduct basically. I'm trying not to be a womanizer. I know I am. I know I've got a bad problem, and I'm still working on it, and it's a process. Love your face is the best I've been in. This is the best live I've been. Oh, thank you. Um, question. Matter of fact, my kid's dad is an addict. See him at all. This gives me hope. There is hope. Yeah, for real. There is hope. I'm new. Just new. Please celebrate 19 months clean. Congratulations, Crystal. Anyone in your close family use? Yes.
Thank you, Ashley. Thank you, Ashley.
Yeah, my entire both sides of my family. There's multiple people that use. That's the hardest step. It is the hardest step, and it's the longest. But I do it every single night. If I don't get on live, I'm more than likely doing more step work. Do you recommend any step working guides? A sponsor. That's get a sponsor, and when you're looking for a sponsor, um, you want to find somebody that has what you want. You know what I mean? Like it's if you're looking for a sponsor, like I'll listen to a guy talk, and I was like, wow, like it's so relatable. That guy has been through some of the exact same shit I have. How is he like 2 years clean? How is he 2 years sober? And then I went with that guy, like because he's happy. That's what I want to be. I just want to be happy. I don't give a shit. I just want to be happy. And alcohol is a depressant, and I fucking drank a lot of it. So
And it's hard to find your true happiness. For real.
it really is. It
It's
really is.
hard to find a true happiness without without something.
Yeah. That's why I prefer celebrate recovery. Yeah. Yeah. But celebrate recovery. That's like there's multiple different ways you can do it. There is. I just telling you my way. It's worked for me so far.
And
I,
everybody's got different ways.
yeah.
Everybody's
Everybody's different.
Yeah,
Like
I mean, it could be totally different for somebody else because some people ain't lived the same lives that you have or ain't done
uh,
nothing.
I'm 22 days sober from alcohol and left my abusive relationship. It feels good to have this support. Robin, keep going.
Oh, I did tell that, didn't I, Jamie? I forgot about that. The day I called you when I left his house. Was you in
Uh,
there when I told that part?
what? No, I don't. I
Oh, when
don't.
I told my story I was like, if I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I mean, I've done great so far until here about a month ago, and that's when I remember I called you. Like, I was just got in my
Yeah,
truck and I called Shelby. I'm like, oh my god, I was in the
yeah,
store pacing.
yeah, yeah. I missed some of your story that night. I didn't know you told that part of it. Yeah, yeah. I remember you called me, and that's what you got to do. Like
Yeah,
it's
you gotta have friends like that.
picking up the phone is the hardest part. You get to
Most
see the kids.
definitely.
Yes, Lori. I see them. I FaceTime them. I FaceTime my son every Sunday. I'm hoping I can get some kind of custody figured out. I go to court Friday for custody. It's all going through court because it's over state lines, and that's the price I had to pay to moving up here. But I'm willing to make it to her without chemicals. 8 years sober, willing to help anyone get sober. It's awesome. Remember, you got this. I believe in you. Thank you. I come from a small town in Leslie County, and
And
I
it'll all be on YouTube.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. Check out the YouTube
Yeah,
link.
it'll be on there tonight. After it'll take it a minute to process it. Then I'll download it and I'll put it to my YouTube.
Awesome.
So if y'all missed his story, y'all can come watch it there.
Yeah, but honestly, guys, if you know somebody's struggling, this is very important. And I read this the other day. If you know somebody's struggling, don't force it on them. They have to want to help themselves. You know,
100%.
you have the choice to walk out of their life. You do. And as hard as that may be sometimes, if you know somebody's struggling, don't let them make the decision. More than likely, if you have a sibling or like a husband or wife that drinks a lot or something, they're gonna say, "Damn, I need to quit drinking one time or another." And this may or may not work because they may get mad, but say, "Hey, I read this cool book, Alcoholics Anonymous. Give it to them." You never know. I mean, they may start reading it. It's got a lot of good stories in it. It's a blueprint guide on how to stop drinking, and that's my biggest problem. My biggest problem is drinking. Whenever
Yeah,
I
and
started,
you can't, like, pushing it onto people. Honestly, my opinion, pushing it on people, sometimes that'll make them do worse.
yeah,
And you
it,
don't realize it. Pushing it on them is going to make them want to do more because it's
yeah,
just that much more stress, that that cat was just scratching on the door. I didn't know. I thought somebody just was knocking on the door.
ah,
Did you hear me?
yeah, yeah. Oh, Lucy.
Yeah, I thought Lucy. I didn't know what that was. I heard, but yeah, forcing it to somebody, y'all can really make somebody do it a lot more. So you got to be careful with that.
Yeah, I mean, there's a page, and if you're dealing with it and you want to learn more about it, I think it's page 62 in the Alcoholics Anonymous book. If you're dealing with somebody that drinks a lot and you're married to them, I think it's for the wives. I think is the chapter. Read that. Check that out. And then wives, if you need more support, go to an Al-Anon meeting. They have Al-Anon meetings in every town. Al-Anon meetings help out. I mean, they help the family understand the disease. It's a disease. It really is. It's not a choice. It's not. I didn't wake up one day and be like, you know what, I'm just going to start drinking today. No, like there's things in my life that happened that pushed me back to it, and I wasn't prepared. I wasn't living a spiritual life. I didn't have the defense to defend myself for the next drink. So this is the easiest way for me to put it. If you it's hard to explain, but this is the easiest. This is what helped me figure it out. If this is my first drink and this is me, how many things in between can I put in between my first drink, my next drink? Because that's there. It's always going to be there. So do I pray? Do I go to meetings? Do I communicate with my sponsor? Do I do step work? Like that's 4 things that I have. If I stop doing any of those things, I'm getting closer and closer to my next drink. The simplest. It's simple. It's stupid simple.
Yeah,
I
for
do those
sure.
things. I do those things to stay sober. If I don't do those things, I'm gonna drink. I'm gonna drug. I'm gonna be a piece of shit. I'm gonna manipulate women. I'm gonna be a bad father. Which I mean, I never was a bad father. But it's just like I was doing things outside of when I had my kids that it wasn't healthy for my kids.
Yeah.
Makes
That
sense.
is true. That's a good way to look at it.
Yeah,
It's
how many things?
definitely that's a really good way to look at it, honestly.
Yeah, it's like how many things are you going to put in between you and that next drug or that next drink on a daily basis? The more things you do, the more spiritually happy you'll be. I had to go to an AA meeting when I was in nursing school, and I'm not alcoholic, but it changed my life. Absolutely, like people that do drugs and drink are not bad people. They're not. They
You there?
they're,
Hello?
hold up. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. I
All
hear
right.
you
I don't
now.
know. I had a phone call come in. Um, but people that drink and do drugs aren't bad people. They're just sick. They really are just sick. It's there's a reason why insurance covers addiction treatment. It is federally recognized as a disease. It's a disease. It really is. And if and it's not something you can just take a pill and get rid of. Like, yeah, there's MATs that help, but that's just one thing. Remember the multiple things I was talking about? Like, MAT is just one thing, and I even took an MAT that helps me that got rid of my craving to drink. Like during my time in residential, and when I first started outpatient, I did a MAT, um, and if I was to drink, which I'm off of it now, I got off of it because I don't like taking pills. I'm a health addict. I'm a gym freak. So like I enjoy, or I still obsessed with alcohol. I still craved a beer or something though after a long day at work. So like I would, I took this medicine. If I was to drink, it would make me sick. I would puke everywhere. Since I've been off that, like I'm, because I don't crave it anymore. I didn't feel like I needed it, but I did do a few months on that, and that was just another tool that I use to get away from my next drink. Um, so I pray, I do daily writing, I go to meetings, talk to my sponsor, help other alcoholics, and I go to the gym. Like that's my repertoire. That's my concoction. That's what works for me. MAT is just a tool, and it's a medically assisted treatment. That's what it is, medically assisted. Like it's designed to help. It's like people abuse it though. People, it's like this didn't have any side effects. The one I was taking, but it did help. And they're professionals. The people that work in these treatment centers are professionals for a reason. They're not. It's not just for drug abuse. It's for mental health as well. And being mentally stable is a big
Big
thing
factor.
for. It's a big thing in recovering alcoholics and drug addicts. Like if you don't take care of your mental health, if you overload yourself, if you don't to manage your time, if you don't manage your money, if you're not responsible, then you will end up using. I mean, that's part of it. You got to take care of
99% of it. That's what causes it.
yeah. And if you don't set yourself up for success, whenever you start not using drugs, you will go back to using drugs.
Yeah.
And I knew,
100.
and I knew going back, if I was to move back to Kentucky right away, I would be back doing the same thing again.
I agree.
All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna get off here, Dakota. It was good,
Ah,
man. It was good sharing.
all right.
Thanks everybody. Um, I love y'all's faces. I appreciate it. And like I said, if anybody has any questions, feel free to add me, shoot me a message. I'll reply. And thanks and God bless, Dakota.
Love
Thank
you,
you, bro.
Shelby.
All right, be good, man.
All right, y'all. Well, that was the story for tonight. I told y'all Shelby had a good story. Um, he has a real good story. If any of y'all got any questions, y'all can go to my link tree. There's an email in there. Y'all can send me an email if y'all got any questions or if you want to share your story. Tomorrow night, we're trying to. If anybody's got any ideas, if anybody's got any ideas on topics for tomorrow night, y'all shoot me a message about it. Uh, the one topic I got in my mind right now is pretty much the starting at the beginning. What's your reasonings why, and how to cope with them? Uh, I don't know if any of y'all have any ideas on topics tomorrow. Y'all just um, shoot me a message. But I was trying to think of like how to start at the beginning and work our way up through the process. Um, but that's kind of my idea on topics tomorrow. Um, I'll make a link. I'll make an event as soon as I get off here. I'll make an event on this page, and y'all can register for it. Uh, I'll post this video on YouTube here in probably an hour, and y'all can go back and watch any videos that we've done. So far, my story's on there. Shelby's story will be on there tonight, and then our chat tomorrow night will be on there after we get done. But subscribe to my YouTube, and y'all can watch them in case you miss them or something. I appreciate y'all showing up and listening. And like I say, if anybody has any questions or wants to tell their story, my email's in my link bio or link tree thing. Y'all can shoot me a message and we'll hook you up. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Thank y'all for y'all's time.